Bet you can't eat just one is a famous advertising slogan for Lay's potato chips. Catchy and often true, it helped send the company's sales through the roof and across the world soon after it was introduced in 1963. In a sense, it also describes the problem of picking a key Old Testament passage, or five for that matter. How do you pick just one? How do you pick just five? But back on August 8, 2019, we introduced five key Old Testament passages that particularly unfold the plan of God through very special promises. Having previously examined the first two, Jesus defeats Satan, Genesis 3:15, and Jesus blesses all nations, Genesis 12, verses 1 through 3, in great detail, we've now come to the third one, Jesus, the final prophet, from Deuteronomy 18, verses 15 through 22. Though we've actually been looking at it for about a week now. What makes Deuteronomy 18, verses 15 through 22 stand out as a key Old Testament passage? Well, as we've been seeing, it is a critical promise about God's method of delivering His message. God would raise up prophets, verse 15. God would send them with His words, verse 18. False prophets would answer to God, verse 20. And, very important, so would anyone who doesn't listen to God's chosen prophets, verse 19. It doesn't get much more important than how our eternal Creator reveals Himself to mankind. In practical terms, what does that mean for all of us today? Does God send new prophets today? The answer is clear. No. That's because there was one final prophet that was sent by God, Jesus. That's in Acts 3, verse 22. Peter learned that the passage pointed to an ultimate spokesman when God said, "Hear him," speaking of Jesus, at the Transfiguration in Matthew 17, verse 5. Jesus was the final fulfillment of the promise of a prophet. Hebrews 1, verses 1 and 2 tell us that. And that means we can't escape judgment if we don't listen. Hebrews 2, verse 3. Since we have just one prophet and just one life, we have just one choice. Listen carefully to his word. Hebrews 2, verse 1. Will you do that? I hope so. And I hope you will come back tomorrow for more Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until then, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.